again, everyone. We welcome you to Savage Arena on the campus of the University of Toledo. We are set. It is Division III Regional Championship on this Saturday afternoon. And what a big matchup we have for you in store as the Shawnee Indians take on the Sandusky Blue Streaks. With Miles Holliday, I'm Randy Roberts, a partner. We were here for a couple of semifinals. Saw both of these teams win to advance to this regional championship game. Now one game away from a state semifinal and some high-stakes basketball here this afternoon.
It is high-stakes, high-drama basketball here at Savage Arena. And where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Two absolutely brilliant basketball teams. And I get to call it with the best in the business himself, Randy Roberts.
And a pregame show is brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. Visit our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. All right, partner, let's talk a little bit about the Sandusky Blue Streaks. 18-7 on the year in the Elite Eight for the first time in school history. 11 appearances in the regional tournament, finally got a win. What are some keys to the game as we look forward to this one?
Well, they've got an unbelievable basketball coach in DeMar Moore, former Defensive Player of the Year in the MAC, so he knows a little thing about defense, and he's got his team playing really well. Number one, Randy, they got to turn heads, not just with the way they play. They can get up and down. They can turn heads that way. But I'm talking about the heads of Trevick and Beckett Berkey, because when those guys square up offensively, they can see the whole floor and throw over top you. So you got to turn their vision, make sure they can only see the side of the floor. Number two, cash in, and I'm talking about the free throw line first and foremost. Only 58% as a team from the free throw line. Tough to win today if they go 58% from the line. Also, you got to cash in on easy bunnies. You wonder if Toledo Central Catholic would have won that game against Shawnee the other night had they been able to cash in their bunnies. They missed a lot of shots 5 foot and in. And then last but not least, Mamba Brown. I'm talking about Kobe Brown, number 24. Oh, what a special player he is. 14 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, and he can light it up from behind the arc at 32%.
As Miles mentioned, it's Sandusky here thanks to a win over Rocky River Lutheran West, 59-53. Meanwhile, for Shawnee and head coach Mark Triplett, they are looking to go to the state semifinals for the third time in school history, matching trips in the year 2000 and 2021. Might have gone in 2020, don't know. Regional final was called off due to COVID. They got here thanks to a win over Toledo Central Catholic, 71-65. What are some keys you're looking for tonight for the Indians?
I don't know if we've seen a more mentally tough group this year in basketball. They took absolutely everything from a well-talented Toledo Central Catholic team. They held off that fabulous flurry that Central Catholic launched on them at the end of the game. They found a way to get over the adversity and still have the ability to win that basketball. Mental toughness is a key for this team all the time. They're really good at. Number two, open floor opportunities. They will surprise everyone they play at how well they run the floor. Length of the court passes. They have 4 guys that average over 3 assists because they love to play in the open floor. And then number 3, Buckets Berkey. Oh, Beckett Berkey. How good is this young man? He is unbelievable. Him and his brother Trevick, fantastic players. Randy, one of the most impressive stat lines with Buckets Berkey, his last game, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 blocks, and he was just unbreakable. Buckets Berkey is unbelievable.
By the way, also him and his brother, you look deep into those notes, both of them played all 32 minutes.
Yeah, well, sensational guys.
So looking forward to what should be a good one in Sandusky and Shawnee. And again, our keys to the game have been brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. Visit a new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll bring you regional championship basketball here on WOSN. Randy Roberts, Miles Holliday back with you here from Savage Arena on the campus of the University of Toledo. They're going through the announcements of the starting lineups for this Division III Regional Championship game. Nice turnout for Shawnee. Sandusky sitting away from us. They're going to switch the red lights to blue lights. Little special effects for you. The starting lineups for this one. First for Shawnee. See the starting lineup there for the Indians. Miles, you mentioned it. The brothers Berkey each went a full 32 in that win over Lutheran West. Beckett with 31, Trevick only 19. But only, right? Now, free throws, you brought that up. Trevick struggled, 4 of 11 from the free throw line in that win again. Shawnee led this one by as many as 14, saw that lead get cut to one possession inside of the final minute.
Well, you wonder if the 4 of 11 was because of the 32 minutes, right? You get a little bit tired, uncharacteristic for them. But the guy that you got to point out on that starting lineup played a huge role in that semifinal win. Tate Bender with double digits. He was absolutely everywhere. His teammates, the Berkeys, found him several times underneath the basket. So you got to commend him for moving without the basketball. And then I don't think they move on without the work that went on inside, without Jagger Hutchinson's strong work. Hutchins played incredibly well inside. He got fouled out, but he got his money's worth on those fouls. Without him rebounding the basketball, they don't advance.
Meanwhile, you see the starting lineup there for Sandusky, as we said in the top of our pregame, 18-7. Did not commit a turnover in the fourth quarter in that win over Lutheran West, went 7-12 from the free throw line in the final 104. Led Wednesday, I should say, by Jason Henlin, 15 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. Leads this team in scoring at about 17 a game.
Yeah, Henlin is a difference maker. Also finds his teammates, averages 4 assists a game, shoots a high percentage of 48% from the field. A little bit limited from behind the arc at only 26, but he is a fantastic player as well.
Amir Aaron added to 12 in that regional semifinal win. It's going to be mostly seniors for this Shawnee team, or that Sandusky team, Sandusky, huge monkey off their back 2 years ago, were eliminated in the regional tournament by Lutheran West. Good to see them get that win. So it's going to be Berkey in the center circle. That's Trevick. Opening toss won by Shawnee. And again, our pregame show this afternoon's been brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. If you are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Just underway now. It's Indians with the basketball first.
Now, one of the things that you're going to have to pay attention to is how the officials call this one. If they're going to allow Sandusky to be very physical, 2 and 3 passes away from the ball, and hold on to offensive players for Shawnee, it's going to make this a very laborious game for Shawnee.
Ball's going to be knocked away now. A steal and a turnover. Sandusky out front leading the break in the score for the senior Jason Henlin.
Now allows them to set up their pressure, and a turnover results in the points. This is a Shawnee team that does not turn it over a great deal, only 9 times per game.
Styles able to get the basketball over to Jagger Hutchins. Hutchins trying to find some help.
Well, they're playing absolute denial everywhere, Sandusky, all up in the business of Shawnee early.
Back at Berkey, nearly had the ball knocked away. He's able to get to the hoop, will score, and he's going to have a chance at a three-point play.
How about buckets, Berkey? He is one of the most talented players in the area, but mentally tough, what makes him an incredible guard. You cannot defend him because of his size, his inability to put it on the floor.
So Berkey will tie this up now. He's going to give the chance for the lead for Shawnee. 2-2, 55 seconds played so far. Make it 3-2 on the made free throw. And our free throws are brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Devis, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too.
Man-to-man also by Shawnee early in this game, but if you haven't seen Shawnee play, they will mix in a bunch of different defenses. Mark Triplett is a master at defending the other team.
Ball's going to go side to side. It leads to a three-pointer, which is good from Azarian Arrington.
That's huge for Sandusky. Only 13% from behind the arc on the year, 100% that time.
Our three-pointers are brought to you by Simplified Flooring. Before we get to that, a steal and score for Henlin.
Henlin, again, very physical. You saw the push on Styles. If the officials are going to let these guys play out on the perimeter, it's going to have to be a real physical battle for Shawnee to win this.
7-3 early on our scoreboard, brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Here's a break, another corner three. This one banked it in. It looked like from the side, and a bucket for Amir Aaron.
Well, did he call high glass? Because if he didn't, he should have said smooch. The three ball goes in. Sandusky on fire.
Our three-pointers are brought to you by Simplified Flooring. Simplified Flooring will make choosing your flooring simple. It's another turnover. Shawnee trying to calm down just a little bit. Easy miss, but Sandusky on top 10-3. Jagger Hutchins to the basket, will lose the handle, gets the kick out now, whistle and a foul.
Now Hutchins trying to get the official saying I was shooting that one. They're going to say it's on the baseline though.
So Shawnee will inbound this opening quarter, brought to you by Matt's Heating and Cooling. Matt's Heating and Cooling is your home in the energy efficient zone. Call Matt's Heating and Cooling or go to callmattsheating.com to schedule your free estimate.
DeMar Moore not happy about that OB under exchange defensively. How do you lose Trevick Berkey and let him get free on the low block?
It's a good bucket for Shawnee. Cuts into that Sandusky lead. Now 10-5, just over 5 minutes left to go opening quarter on our Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard.
Now zone look now out of Shawnee's defense.
Good entry pass into the paint and a tough move and a score of Zorian Bonner.
Well, this Sandusky team has come out roaring. They're ready to play. No matter what the defense is Shawnee employs, they've had an answer for it.
Ball knocked away on the baseline again. Yet another turnover committed by Shawnee. Blue Streaks go for the corner three. This one is no good. Rebound was knocked away from Beckett Berkey and out of bounds, and the Indians will have the basketball.
Well, if you're teammates of Amir Aaron, you say, why didn't you smooch it in, man? You had the high glass three a second ago. Why are you trying to go straight at the rim, brother?
Inbound comes in for the Indians. Trevick Berkey gets this off to the wing for Beckett. Beckett trying to use that off arm, now pulls up from the MAC logo inside the free throw line and will score.
That's just a tough shot, man. You're a big-time shooter when you make those. Hand in the face, it doesn't matter. Buckets Berkey delivers.
Beckett with 5 of the 7 for Shawnee. Indians trail 12-7 halfway through this opening quarter. Good inside-out action here for the Blue Streaks. It's going to lead to another long ball and another simplified flooring 3-second for Azirion Arrington.
Arrington has picked the right time to get hot from behind the arc. Release, rotation, and celebration.
15-7. Sandusky with that lead. Here's ball top of the key for Beckett Berkey. He's going to give this one off to the wing left side. Matthew Stiles. Stiles all the way around the perimeter. Now Berkey trying to answer three. He's going to go out of bounds. Sandusky will just let it go.
Shawnee can just weather this storm a little bit and get to a workable margin before the end of this first quarter. I think they'll finally get their footing, but they just look sluggish and out of sorts early in this one.
Our game tonight also brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton.
Senior Caleb Miller, number 3, checked in. And zone look now out of Shawnee.
Trying to beat it, and they'll just go over the top. A good pass and a good finish for Bonner.
Just a backdoor entry against that 2-3. Caught all the post players for Shawnee napping on that one.
Bonner left open to run the baseline, was able to just guide it in the hoop. Sandusky's opened up a 10-point lead on Shawnee late in this opening quarter. Shawnee side across from us, making some noise now. Under the basket, it's Beckett Berkey who gets the quick score, and we're going to have ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. With a stoppage of action, let's take a break here on WOSN. 17-9, Sandusky in front of Shawnee here, 2:38 left to go in this opening quarter. Miles, just an absolutely torrid start for the Sandusky Blue Streaks.
You're not kidding, man. It has been a Cedar Point type excitement behind the arc for Sandusky. Randy, only 25% from behind the arc on the year, but they have been absolutely blue streakish from here tonight.
I was going to say, now, are we allowed to say Sandusky the only high school team in America named after a roller coaster?
Or was the roller coaster named after them?
That's what came first, chicken or the egg. The baseline jumper, this one's going to go for 2. That one's way off the mark, a little bit too much on it, over the hoop now. We got a little zero, not a double zero, but just 0-on-0.
0-on-0 crime.
That's right, ball poked away, is another turnover on Shawnee. Sandusky quickly brings this one into the front court. Henlin has been as good as advertised. Their leading scorer, number 1 for this Blue Streak team. Ball's out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Blue Streaks.
Shawnee thought it had gone off of Aaron after it was poked by Beckett Berkey, but the official right there said, no, sir, it stays here.
Inbound comes in top of the key for Bonner. Back out, Henlin's going to come near the center circle. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter on our Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard.
Well, I don't know if I like this by Sandusky, pulling the ball out against this zone. Like, you've been so good offensively by having rhythm in your offense. Sometimes when you pull the ball out, force them to play man, it changes your rhythm.
Well, they're comfortable with this 9-point lead. Kobe Brown had the basketball, number 24. He'll give it off for Henlin. Jason Henlin comes near the corner, near the timeline, back near the center circle. Back for Bonner. Bonner holds high, still has his dribble. Now he'll use it, gets the kick out. 3-ball on the way is good. Huge bucket for Arrington and another simplified flooring three-pointer.
Yeah, Arrington just absolutely crazy behind the arc today. Another big delivery from 3.
20-9, under a minute to go in the opening quarter. It's Trevick Berkey off the wing. He'll swing this around. Jagger Hutchins can't find anything. Now 3-ball trying to answer, and they do with Beckett Berkey.
Yeah, Beckett Berkey continues to carry the offensive load for Shawnee. You know he likes 2, Randy. He likes 2, but he really loves the 3.
Huge simplified flooring three-pointer makes it 20-12, and now Sandusky looks like they're going to go for the final shot of this opening quarter. I've also spent time trying to figure out what the logo is on the front. It says Sandusky. Is that a roller coaster?
It does look that way. Kind of like the old Washington Bullets font from years ago.
Sandusky team playing with a ton of confidence, up 8. Jason Henlin steps back, fires away. This one's going to be off the mark. Rebound's going to be tipped around as the horn expires, and that's it for our first quarter of action. Sandusky off to a hot shooting start. They lead the Indians after 1, 20-12. We'll take a timeout here on WOSN. 2012, Sandusky out in front of Shawnee after 1 quarter play. When we have some replays that are brought to you by Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting, committed to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. And it felt like about 48 years worth of three-pointers reined in by Sandusky.
Yeah, Sandusky just brought their 3-ball game with them, didn't they? They have been lights out shooting from behind the arc here at Bob Nichols Court. Now, here's the thing, Randy, that it was staggering, all right? 7 of the last 14 times Shawnee has played a whole game, they held their teammates, their opponents, under 30 points. After 1 quarter, Sandusky's already got 20. So Shawnee not used to anyone shooting as well as they did in that first quarter.
And for as fast as we've seen Shawnee play games this year, the pace might be even a little too quick for them.
Yeah, they looked a little bit surprised at how quick Sandusky was. Very, very reminiscent of, remember, Toledo Central Catholic had that surprised look at how quick Shawnee was.
4 3-pointers made by Sandusky in that opening quarter, as the Blue Streaks lead by 8 as we start action in our second quarter. Here's Amir Aaron. He'll give this one off to the wing for Kobe Brown. They'll play up top. Just a 2-man game right now. Shawnee's going to come out to defend that. So they'll go into the corner and I'll kick it back out for Aaron.
Now take a look at Tate Bender totally denying anything that Henlin wants to do on the offensive end. He's not even concerned of where the ball's at. He is just denying Henlin everywhere he goes.
Sandusky will start their offense without him. So it's going to go for a 3 off the wing. This one's going to be no good for Bonner. Now off the miss, it is Shawnee trying to push. Damala Ojo is out on the floor now here to start the second quarter for the Indians. Now Bender's 3, that one's going to be blocked. The Indians keep possession. They'll try again. Second attempt is good, and it's a simplified flooring three-pointer.
Tate says, take that one from behind the arc.
Simplified Flooring sponsors our three-pointers tonight. Simplified Flooring will make choosing your flooring simple. Huge three-point bucket makes this a 5-point game. Entry pass against this defense denied, but the ball ends up back into the hands of the Blue Streaks. It goes into the corner.
That's a triangle and 2 look as Ojo is trying to deny Amir Aaron the basketball as well, but that's one of the problems when you run junk defenses. You got to be able to rebound.
Three-point attempt was no good. It's tipped out. Put back no good as well. Now we'll get a reach call, and foul is going to go on Jason Henlin.
That will get the Shawnee faithful to their feet. And for the first time in this game, Randy, you feel as if Shawnee's starting to capture a little bit of momentum.
That is the first foul this quarter whistled on the Blue Streaks. As Henlin is going to sit down, we will see Dale Johnson, a 6'7" junior, check into the lineup for the Blue Streaks.
How good of an athlete is he? He's a guarding Tate Bender on the perimeter.
Pass is going to go right under the basket, triple teamed. Was Trevick Berkey will get a whistle and a foul.
Shawnee says this is a foul. It's not. It's going to be a tie-up. Look at the work inside. It was the work of Dale Johnson, who just checked in and got his hand on top of the ball. Possession is going to stay with Shawnee.
Great look thanks to our Elida Building and Contracting replay. So Shawnee will maintain possession on the arrow. Turnaround off the inbound is good for who else? Beckett Berkey.
Yeah, you always wonder, how do you let the best player on the other team catch inbound passes? But Berkey delivers yet again. And the Shawnee faithful imploring this defense to get after it.
They've got this down to a one-possession game. Beckett's got 12 of the 17 so far for the Indians. They're down 20-17, under 6 to go opening half on our Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard. Bring resort-style living in your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Free throw jumper was no good, but another offensive rebound. That's the second this quarter. Johnson for three, fills it up as he gets the simplified flooring three-pointer.
Well, DeMar Moore, he is a genius because he put Dale Johnson in, had the block on one end, gets an offensive rebound, and then the big three. He has been a game changer for Sandusky.
Pushes that lead back to 6. Berkey trying to answer. Three ball's no good. Kobe Brown had the rebound. Dabola Ocho's going to dive on the floor, keeps it in play, and Shawnee is going to be granted a timeout.
Oh, what a great play. Trevick Berkey got his hands up, got his hands on the ball, and then looked at the official with his eyes up and said, timeout. Great play, heads up, great basketball IQ right there by Trevick Berkey.
Timeouts tonight are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services. Help you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Let's take a break here on WOSN. 23-17, Sandusky out in front of Shawnee. 5:09 to go in the opening half. The second quarter brought to you by Matt's Heating and Cooling. Is your home in the energy efficient zone? Call Matt's Heating or Cooling or go to callmattsheating.com to schedule your free estimate. I don't know if heat or cooled Sandusky.
They start out red hot, and there's a high-low that Shawnee absolutely loves to run, but a rare errant pass from brother to brother.
Beckett Berkey did everything he could, just keep that inbound. How about his brother getting involved with a block? But the loose ball is going to be picked up, put back in for Sandusky.
Old school basketball guys will tell you, never save it and throw it underneath your own basket, because that's exactly what can happen.
Damola Ocho trying to pivot around in the paint, can't get it to go. 4 white jerseys surround the basketball on the rebound, and it's Azarian Arrington that has it in the front court now for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, good answer by Sandusky as Shawnee had got it to 3, and it looked like they were going to seize momentum. Sandusky has answered that challenge.
Amir Aaron now holds the ball high, backed up a little bit, can't back up that much further with the timeline right behind him. Now to Kobe Brown. Brown will just hold the basketball, back to Arrington. Saw Sandusky do this with a couple of minutes left to go in the opening period.
Just kind of reorganizing what they want to do against this defense for Shawnee. They've used spacing, and it has been paying dividends for them early in this game.
Now the give and go on the baseline will lead to the bucket for Kobe Brown.
Dribble penetration has been a problem in this basketball game for Shawnee, and they allow it again.
Sandusky lead back up to 10. Good ball movement for the Indians, and the brother-to-brother finish leaves the score for Trevick Berkey.
You see why they have so many guys with 3 assists or more, because they move it so quickly the defense can't react.
Makes it 27-19, under 3.5 to go in this opening half of basketball. Winner's going to move on, play in a state semifinal at a time and date, location, all yet to be determined. One of those new quirky things we're learning about with this new expanded tournament.
Now they're going to try and trap out of it, but the problem is when you don't get that trap set, you're now at a disadvantage playing 4-on-3 behind it. Gotta love the patience of Sandusky, though. This is a team that loves to go tempo, and they are being very patient and disciplined here near steal.
Good ball movement. Runner inside, falls through the cylinder for Dale Johnson.
He's been absolutely fantastic since he entered this basketball game. Another big bucket by Dale Johnson.
Pushes that lead back to 10. It's Trevick Berkey off the wing, nowhere to go, so he's going to come reset the offense. Swings this over to Ojo.
Shawnee spent a lot of energy getting it down to 3, and just like that, Sandusky's got it built back up to 10 again.
Jagger Hutchins trying to call for the basketball. Now he's going to clear out. Falling away backwards is Trevick Berkey. Couldn't get it to go. Now Sandusky will run the floor. It's a 2-on-1. Trying to hang in defensively was Beckett Berkey. We're going to take a look at the Elida Building and Contracting replay.
Oh, how about that pass? And then duplicate it with an even better pass. Tremendous work by Bonner to find Arrington. And Berkey had no other thing that he could do than commit the foul.
So Zarian Arrington will go to our Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. First one's going to be no good. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Wapak, Devison, St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. As Arrington split the free throws, that one didn't look like it even rotated. It looked like a knuckleball.
He'll take it though, still counts as one. Lately checks in number 5 for Sandusky as well.
11-point lead for the Blue Streaks. 2 minutes left to go in our opening half of basketball. Best Sandusky's ever done in the postseason here in this regional final. Here's the kick out. Hutchins, his simplified flooring three's a big one, his first points of the night.
Mr. Style delivers from 3. Huge shot for Shawnee, back to 8.
Now it's trying to get a stop on the other end. DeMar Moore, head coach Sandusky, up off the bench. Has to like the way his team played. Good no-look pass into the elbow. That one off the mark, though, for Kobe Brown. Huge opportunity for the Indians.
Yeah, Kobe Brown been kind of quiet in the first half. Had an opportunity there. And Berkey takes the give-and-go pass by Stiles and gets himself to the free throw line.
Good give there. Beckett Berkey just unable to finish, as we see the Elida Building and Contracting replay, but he is going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line here with a minute 9 to go before halftime. First toss coming for Berkey is good.
A lot of interchangeable parts on this Sandusky roster. They're not afraid to go deep into the bench because all of them play with a tremendous reckless abandon on defense.
Anthony Redding, a 6'6" junior now in the lineup for the Sandusky team. Berkey able to get both free throws. Down to a 6-point advantage once again. Minute to play in this opening half of basketball. Good look inside, and the score for Anthony Redding.
Yeah, what a pass by Bonner, though. Attacked the only man defending the rim. When he comes to you, make that little pass to the low block easy, too.
Shawnee trying to go for the quick answer. Simplified flooring three-pointer for Jagger Hutchins.
Don't trade 3 for 2. If Jagger Hutchins is the one shooting it, he will shoot lights out.
And we want to tell you our game today brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices downtown Lima and Bluffton.
Another great answer by Sandusky. Well schooled.
Now Hutchins rolls to the basket, can't get it to go. Ball's out of bounds. Officials are going to kind of look at each other and finally grant Sandusky the ball.
That's a huge break for Sandusky because it looked like it was going to stay with Shawnee. Now they have an opportunity to hold the rock and take the last shot of the half.
Jason Henlin brings this one into the front court. Henlin guarded by Stiles, and fouls committed with 5.9 seconds to go.
That's one of our favorite debates right here, right? Fouls to give. But the personal fouls carry over into that second half. Sometimes you want those back.
Shawnee, if they choose to, still has 2 to give.
And don't do it while the guy is shooting either.
And it's going to come with 2.8 left.
And I'm not sure you leave Bonner by himself on that rotation. He just buried the three. DeMar Moore's like, hey, count that, right? Late whistle. Give us the three.
Henlin on the pass was trying to, I was shooting. No, that wasn't a pass.
Shawnee going to play off the inbounder, looking to give yet another foul.
Ball gets in. One final attempt, rips out, and that's how our first half will end. Good one so far here in Toledo at the break. It's Sandusky in front of Shawnee, 34-27. We'll take a timeout and have more here on WOSN. Halftime here from Savage Arena, the campus of the University of Toledo. It is the Blue Streaks of Sandusky that lead Shawnee at the break, 34-27. Our halftime report brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Randy Roberts, Miles Holliday back with you here as we get ready for the second half, partner. 34-27, as we said here at the break. You've had the chance to peruse some of the halftime stats. What are some things that stuck out to you?
This is a Shawnee team that, what do they do to their opponents? They turn them over, right? And they get transition baskets. Tough to do when your opponent has only turned it over once. How about Sandusky? Absolutely unbelievable at taking care of the basketball in that first half. And if you're not turning it over, that limits Shawnee's ability to score points, and thus the big lead that Sandusky has.
A very balanced scoring effort for Sandusky. By the way, shot 14 of 25 from the floor in that opening half of basketball, so 56%. We see Azarion Arrington with 10, Dale Johnson with 9 as I try to read those. He got a couple with 4, a 3, and a 2 as well, so getting contributions from a lot of different players.
And take a look at the minutes that Dale Johnson played, only 6 minutes and 21 seconds, and contributed 9 points. If you're the Johnson family, why is he not on the floor more?
Yeah, 5 field goal attempts in 6 minutes. Yeah, you gotta like that average.
You keep chucking as long as you're making them, right?
Meanwhile, for Shawnee, it's been the Beckett Berkey show once again. 5 of 7 from the floor, played all 16 minutes, as has Jagger Hutchins, Tate Bender. So he's got 14 of the 27. Jagger Hutchins stepped in, hit a couple of big threes to keep the Indians in this one.
Yeah, good job by Jagger. Mr. Style delivered from behind the arc a couple times, but if they're going to come back in this basketball game, you got to believe Trevick Berkey's got to be more of a presence offensively. Not many times you go in and say he's only got 4 points at halftime. He's got to have to be that second brother of destruction that they're used to having.
Shawnee as well shooting the basketball well, 10 of 20 from the floor, so you take 50% usually on any given night. However, your opponent's shooting 6% better.
And especially from behind the arc for Sandusky, 5 of 12. They came in shooting only 25% from behind the arc. They had a good plan. Open threes went early, and you feed off of that momentum.
So again, 34-27 here at the half. Sandusky out in front of Shawnee, and our halftime's been brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action for you here on WOSN. Third quarter now underway here, 34-27, Sandusky out in front. Blue Streaks have the basketball as we begin this third quarter. We said at our halftime, shot 56% from the floor that opening half.
Sandusky got what they wanted. They had to switch with Henlin on Jagger Hutchins, but did a good job recovering and got it back sorted out for Shawnee.
Looking for that shot in the corner. That's what worked well for them in the opening half. 3-pointers off the mark. Now it's the Indians with the basketball for the first time in the second half. Tate Bender bending the arms to get in and score.
Well, how about the left-handed finish for Bender? Bent that arm for a good spot.
He's got 5. That's also the lead now. 34-29, just underway in our second half on our scoreboard tonight. Brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living in your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor.
I love the up fake by Tate Bender on the other end. You wonder if the shot fake was something that they talked about, take advantage of that aggressive defense with Sandusky.
And now, I don't know if that was a pass or shot. There's one that's going to be thrown away as the ball saved under the basket. So now we've seen each team do that once tonight.
Now, how about that guy in the front row catches it? Doesn't shoot it, though. You get a shot in the front row, you take it, don't you?
Right, you have to. I wonder how much they paid for the club seats down there.
That's a high dollar, especially for a big-time game like this.
Yeah, it is. Entry pass comes into the low block, back to Beckett Berkey. That one just rolls off the rim. That doesn't happen to him a whole lot. Now it's the Blue Streaks. Push and transition. Henlin, good pass underneath, and the finish for Kobe Brown.
When Henlin gets squared up, man, good luck trying to stop him from getting to the lane.
Trying to go Berkey to Berkey. This one's out of bounds. It'll stay Shawnee ball.
Yeah, got to be a little bit frustrated. Look at that little shake and bake crossover and then dropping the dime to his buddy, Mr. Brown. Henlin is dynamic with the ball in his hands, and it was a 4-point swing. Beckett Berkey had one that rolled out, and then Henlin delivers to Brown.
And we'll get a foul coming down in the low block as Beckett Berkey was trying to get set for a shot attempt.
Always got to be aware. Oh my, how about Shawnee just catching Sandusky napping? Second time getting some points on a OB under.
Yeah, and it's Tate Bender who will score. It cuts that lead to 5 for a second time here in this third quarter. Bonner at the wing, holds on to the basketball. He'll now just give it to Henlin. Henlin's going to back up, reset the offense. Wanted a screen. Instead, he'll give it back to Bonner. They work that far side. Now, coach will tell him begin to move a little bit. Trying to clear some space in the lane. Sandusky doesn't like something, so they're going to take a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping clean your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Timeout on the floor. Let's take a break here on WOSN. 5:36 left to go, third quarter. Sandusky with a 36-31 lead. This third quarter brought to you by Matt's Heating and Cooling. Is your home in the energy efficient zone? Call Matt's Heating and Cooling or go to callmattsheating.com to schedule your free estimate.
A little surprised by that timeout. They had the matchup they wanted. Hutchins on Bonner, but Sandusky calls the timeout. They get it back here. The spacing has been absolutely fantastic on this possession.
I think Coach Moore maybe just a little more upset, too much standing around as this one's going to be lost. So following the timeout, Sandusky's going to turn it over. Shawnee not able to cash in yet. Bender the inside out. Corner 3 is good for Trevick Berkey.
Yeah, Trevick Berkey, only 4 points in that first half, delivers a big-time corner 3 ball. He wears number 0, but he loves 3.
That's a simplified flooring at 3-pointer. Simplified flooring will make choosing your flooring simple. Now Henlin gets the kick out for Aaron. Another turnover. Now Tate Bender out in front. Tate with the left gets the finish, and we got ourselves a tied ball game.
It is absolutely pandemonium on the Shawnee side. Nobody sitting down, everybody on their feet.
What a run as this one tied, 36-all, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter on our Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard.
Now Hutchins up to the task. Look at this matchup. He's got to go one-on-one against Henlin. And no doubt about it, you got to give up the foul there.
Foul is going to be committed with 4:21 to go in the third.
Oh, I love this gumption, though. He goes out 30 feet, and he's going to check him, right? Maybe give him a little bit of room, Randy Roberts.
Sandusky will inbound from side court. Just flip this one into the backcourt for Henlin.
Yeah, I don't know who you put on Henlin. He is going to slice and dice anybody. He is so quick.
Held under his average so far. He seemed to explode to the basket there, but can't finish. Now Sandusky, a little surprising pressure. Didn't run into the backcourt. I don't think Shawnee was ready for it at first. But they're able to bring the ball into the front court. Tate Bender, top of the key. And a push is going to be called on Kobe Brown.
No doubt about it. Got the left hand extended into the back of Jagger Hutchins. Maybe getting him ready for the camel clutch or something, but he's working on that lower back.
Inbound's going to come under the basket. And Sandusky's going to make a change as Brown will sit down.
Yeah, good news, bad news, right? You get Kobe Brown out, but Dale Johnson, who was unbelievable in the first half, checks in.
Yeah, 4 of 5 from the floor. And what did we say, 6 minutes of action?
Yeah, 6:28.
So he got his money's worth. That's the microwave plus some.
Vinnie Johnson, I love the old school call out.
From the low block, Jagger Hutchins, good turnaround, had to switch hands. Can't get it off the heel of the iron. Rebound's going to be taken away. Zamir Aaron comes away with it. Ahead for Henlin. Henlin, I don't know if that was a pass or if he just lost the high dribble. At any rate, it's off the mark. Now here's Shawnee. 3-on-2. Lob goes in. Extra pass and the score for Beckett Berkey.
God, great job by Tate Bender to push it and then go touch pass brother to brother. Shawnee's got the lead.
They do indeed with 3 to go in this third quarter. Dale Johnson, he'll give it off for Henlin. Henlin at the wing, trying to find somewhere to go with the basketball. Bonner back to the wing for Amir Aaron. He'll let fly from NBA range. That's no good. Zarian Bonner comes up with a miss. Feeds it inside for Amir Aaron. It's no good. We'll get a whistle and a foul on the rebound.
Now, DeMar Moore and Sandusky, they are snacking on some serious danger, Randy, because they're not rebounding the basketball, not shooting it as well either, but their body language right now shows that they are in disarray. DeMar Moore is going to have to really get his guys back together.
Trevor Berkey will do the inbounding as Sandusky applying a little pressure once again. A little hand fighting going on down the floor as Hutchins and Dale Johnson duke it out. Shawnee might be a little patient. They lead for the first time tonight. Beckett Berkey's going to lose the basketball. It's out of bounds. Last touched by Berkey, and Shawnee will turn it over.
Yeah, for the first time in recent memory, it looked like Beckett Berkey was a little bit tired on that possession. Normally he's the first one on the floor. You can see him kind of laboring to catch his wind, and on the other end, he's put his hands on his knees. Universal sign says, "I'm tired."
So Amir Aaron walks this one diagonally towards his bench. Under 2 to go, third quarter.
A great battle between Berkey and Johnson. Johnson delivered a forearm that staggered him.
Beckett Berkey tried to reach out. Pass the top of the key is going to be taken away, so Sandusky turns it right back over. Tate Bender was asking for some help in the backcourt. Hutchins is there. His pass is deflected out of bounds. So Shawnee will inbound with 1:35 to go in the quarter.
A compare and contrast the two halves. Sandusky was unbelievably brilliant at taking care of the basketball with only 1 turnover. That stayed with them at halftime.
Blue Streak's been held to just 2 points so far in this third quarter. Shawnee's won it so far 11-2. Just under 90 seconds left to go in the third period. Another 3-ball and another make for Beckett Berkey.
Oh, how big time is that young man? You know who's big time, Randy Roberts? Beckett Berkey is big time.
That is another simplified flooring three-pointer. It opens up a 5-point lead for the Indians. Trying to match teams of 2000 and 2021 with trips to the Final Four. Johnson with the tries to answer on the other end. Offensive rebound. Here's a kick out and the simplified flooring three-pointer good for Jason Henlin.
Yeah, how about Henlin? He's able to slice you and dice you, but can also shoot from deep.
Sandusky fans wanted to travel as Matthew Stiles nearly lost his footing. 30 seconds to go in the third. Beckett Berkey trying for another triple. This one's no good. Henlin has the miss, and he's going to bring it into the front court for Sandusky.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to pull it out, Randy, and say, let's go ahead and take the last shot of this quarter. And they tried to execute situational basketball earlier in this half. Boy, they're going to go 4 to a side. Henlin all by himself against Stiles.
So Henlin gets a screen, comes around, tries to work through traffic, ball's loose. It's going to be thrown up for grabs as the third quarter will come to an end. But it is Shawnee now in front. A big third period has given the Indians a 41-39 lead. And we'll take a timeout here on WOSN. 41-39, Shawnee out in front of Sandusky. And our game today brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency. serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years. The offices of downtown Lima and Bluffton. Well, partner, what drastic change a quarter will bring.
Absolutely right. A tale of two halves indeed. Sandusky, confident, well shooting, well taking care of the basketball team, disappeared in that third quarter. And maybe they need to get some web insurance to try and limit any damage that Shawnee can do.
Well, as I was going to say, as you were going to mention our pregame, this is high-stakes basketball now in the fourth quarter.
High stakes, high drama here from the Savage.
We want nothing else but basketball like this in a regional championship game. A pull-up jumper at Beckett Berkey. That one's going to be off the miss. Rebound in traffic, grabbed by Kobe Brown. So one Lima area team went down to defeat earlier today as LCC fell to Colonel Crawford as the C's part. Jason Henlett slashes his way to the hoop and scores.
Just a special player, isn't he? Delivers in big moments for Sandusky.
Held right now to about half of his average, just 9 so far for the 6'2 senior. Here's Beckett Berkey trying to get in. That one rolls off the rim. Tip-in is up and good for Jagger Hutchins.
Just that guy, right? Jagger Hutchins always doing something to help your basketball team. Gets the finish right there.
It gives Jagger 8, and it puts Shawnee back in front. Off his screen, Hedlund again. It's the kick out. Here's Amir Aaron from deep, buries the simplified flooring three-pointer.
Amir Aaron, 31% on the year from behind the arc, 100% that time. Big-time delivery for Sandusky.
That's 7 trays this afternoon for the Blue Streaks. They're up by 1, 6.5 to play. Here's the jump stop, tough move in traffic, ball's out of bounds. Knocked away from Beckett Berkey, and it's going to stay with the Indians.
Yeah, Mark Triplett wants to know, you blew the whistle early, indicating it was a foul, then said no, it stays with possession because of deflection. Now, I'm not sure he's going to get the answer that he wants.
Conversation still ongoing as the Indians get ready to inbound. Here's Beckett Berkey off that inbound, couldn't get it. Rebound's tipped out to him, three-pointer's no good. And finally, it's Kobe Brown who will secure it.
Yeah, great work by Jagger Hutchins. Had the back tap early. Almost got another offensive rebound on that one. Shawnee really needs to dig in here defensively, as Sandusky has had the answer.
Looked like Amir Aaron was going to take off and go. Instead, holds up now. Henlin will do the same thing. Gives into the corner. Johnson's three is no good. Another offensive rebound. Amir Aaron thought about the three-pointer instead. Sandusky wants to run a little bit more time off the clock.
Terrific work by Kobe Brown. The Mamba went over top of Tate Bender. 80% of all rebounds go to the weak side. Brown knew it.
Henlin into the corner. Calls for it back. Sandusky doing a nice job just staying active on the offensive end.
Boy, Henlin is just so impressive. He's got that basketball like a yo-yo. He is quicker than a hiccup.
Backs up near the timeline, already down to 5.5 minutes to go. This time Stiles tried to defend him. Matthew Stiles tried to tap the ball away. Now they'll switch and put Tate Bender on him. Bender trying to stay with them. Sandusky fans wanted a foul. Tate had Henlin in everything but an arm bar. They'll go inside. Johnson tries to get some room, can't get it to go. Long pass ahead, and the run out went for Trevick Berkey, but is unable to hang on to the basketball. As Kobe Brown's going to put the stop sign on for his teammates, and better yet, DeMar Moore is going to call himself a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 4:51 left to play in this one. Sandusky leads by point. Let's take a timeout here on WOSN. 4:51 left to play in this one. Sandusky in front by point. 44-43. This fourth quarter brought to you by Matt's Heating and Cooling. Is your home in the energy efficient zone? Call Matt's Heating and Cooling or go to callmattsheating.com to schedule your free estimate.
The problem with that pass by Beckett trying to hit Trevick for a fast break opportunity. is you just played defense for almost a whole minute, right? And you turn that basketball back over, well, guess what you got to do? You got to go back and play defense again. That will wear you out. And everybody's saying, well, Sandusky is trying to shorten the game a little bit, but also it is so tough to play defense for an extended period of time that it ruins what you do on the offensive end. You're just a tired guy.
Well, that might wear on Shawnee a little bit more. Sandusky back on offense. Dale Brown turn the corner, gets inside. He'll get in and score for the Blue Streaks.
Dale Johnson has played huge dividends for the Sandusky team. Delivers yet again.
My apologies. I think I said Dale Brown, Dale Johnson.
Well,
Brown.
I think Shawnee would be happy if it was Dale Brown out there. And he's like 77. I'm not sure he's got that same athletic ability.
As long as it's not Meadowlark Lemon.
Curly Lemon.
Curly Lemon. So I actually get it right now. I'm going to stop. That's it. No more. Listen, I was born in the early 80s, so I shouldn't be making any sports references in the 70s.
I appreciate that Ansel Adams camera shot of the announcers. That was fantastic.
Banged my hands on the table and everything broke. That's what happened here. There's a turnover.
Buckets Berkey said he was fouled, but you got to believe the last.
So did everyone clad in red sitting below us. There's a drive and score. Sandusky now asserting themselves halfway through this fourth quarter.
Back to a 5-point margin. There's Henlin working against Stiles. Tries to back tap it. And you see the block attempt by Beckett Berkey, but Henlin, he is that dude for Sandusky. Old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
He's going to step to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line where he'll make it a three-point play of free throws tonight. Brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Wapak, Devilson, St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. And our replays today have been brought to you by Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting, committed to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. And it seems like 48 years of plays like that for the Berkeys. This time Trevick will get the hoop.
It all got started by Tate Bender with a great, fantastic up fake. Still undefeated with it. And allows him to kick it out for an easy lane to deliver by Trevick Berkey.
4-point lead for Sandusky. 3.5 minutes to go on our scoreboard today. Brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living in your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoors. That leading score for the Blue Streaks, Jason Hedlund, said was quiet, under his average. It's now ticking up near that 17 a game.
Nah, he's a big moment guy. Definitely wants the ball in his hands.
And a foul. This is going to be away from the hoop. It's going to go, I believe, on Amir Aaron.
Yeah, there's the foul underneath, so it's going to stay with Shawnee. Hutchins going to trigger it in. I'd love to go to a high post lob, but get it to Bender on the inbound.
Comes in to Bender, as Miles said. We'll swing this one around. Beckett Berkey, give to his brother. Trevick to the hoop, scores.
A timeout by Shawnee. Got it down to 4 with 3:01. And one thing both coaches need to tell their guys, do not rely on officials for calls for the last 3:01. They're going to let these guys play. If you don't want to be physical, turn in your man card right now.
So Metzger Financial Services, timeout on the floor. Let's take a break here on WOSN. 51-47, Sandusky leads Shawnee here. 3:01 left to go in this one. Our game tonight brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun with 3:01, isn't it?
Seatbelt on, buckled in.
It is the best. The best time of year with basketball. The only bad thing about it is that it's over for some, right? You get such great basketball, and then that finality finds a way to get into your heart and pull on those strings, and you feel bad for kids, and rightfully so. Some of them are playing their last basketball.
You've been a part of a couple just unbelievable atmospheres. I know you were near the Elida Fieldhouse. There's a tip ball off the inbound. Sandusky going for the home run ball, but fortuitous bounce to Henlin. Finish thoughts. You took in a couple girls semifinals last night. Absolutely electric Elida Fieldhouse.
Got a break right there. The Fieldhouse is always electric, but more so last night.
Three ball on the other end. This one's going to be no good. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Zarian Bonner, so it's going to stay with the Indians.
How about Bonner? Comes flying all the way from the other end of the court. He gets a piece of that one. You got to call air traffic control because he's flying.
And now a foul going for the block is going to lead to Jagger Hutchins stepping to Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line.
Hutchins uses that up fake that they've had a lot of success with in the second half to get himself to the free throw line. 63% from the free throw line on the year.
Free throws today brought to you by Lee's famous recipe chicken, located in Wapak, Devis, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too.
A nice job by Tate Bender coming over to him, saying, don't worry about the first one. Let's get the second one.
So one more attempt coming for the 6'7" senior. And that one will stay out. Two big misses. And it's Sandusky with the basketball.
Now it keeps it a two-possession game. Needed to make one of them. And Tate Bender's going to foul up front as Aaron was trying to turn the corner at the timeline.
It is second team foul whistled on Shawnee here in the quarter, and I believe I heard him say his third. He's the one down. Oh, I'm sorry, his first, as it is posted here. Scoreboard underneath us. And a good bounce pass as Dale Brown will score yet again.
Dale Brown does what smart post players do. Hang out on the low block and just wait. Teammates find him and then make it top corner undefeated.
Dale Brown with 13 now. Sandusky leads this one 53-47. Henlin took the ball away, but he's going to step on the sideline, and a huge break for the Indians.
Absolutely, because Henlin was going to be a one-on-none, and this was going to quickly jump to an 8-point lead with 2:05 left. Now it stays with Shawnee, only 6 still.
Inbound comes in for Matthew Stiles. Trying to find somewhere to go. It's Jagger Hutchins. Now to Trevick Berkey. Tries the reverse layup, gets in and scores.
Randy, I think he was still on the opposite low block and just used his left hand to go all the way over top the other side. Oh, the length of Trevick Berkey, so impressive.
He's got 13 as that lead is down to 4. Bonner in no hurry to shoot the basketball. Wide open from the free throw line. Pivoted all the way around. He'll get this out to Amir Aaron. Amir Aaron trying to dribble out of Trevick. I don't think he realized at first. Tate Bender was behind him now. Foul committed with 1:27 to play.
Now keep in mind, this is not a great free throw shooting team. Sandusky on the year only 58%. So they're trying to get him to the line, but you got to be careful who you foul. Like Henlin, 61% on the year, but I got to believe he's better in these moments, right?
I would think so. That's the third team foul. So the second whistled on Stiles. And now turnover as Beckett Berkey will come up with a steal. He'll find Tate Bender right at the timeline. And now the Indians going to go back to Beckett Berkey to the hoop, scores, and he'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Now what a pass to the streaking buckets Berkey, and the old-fashioned finish through contact. Look at Hutchins on a nice little dive. Unbelievable.
Berkey now will go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. It's already going to be a one-possession game now. It's going to be 1 point as Damola Ojo checks into the lineup. They're going to take Jagger Hutchins out for just a moment.
A little offense-defensive type of substitution. Get Ojo's athletic ability out there for a huge possession here. 1 point game, 109. Are you not entertained?
It's 22 now for Beckett Berkey this afternoon. 2-on-1 is going to lead to the finish for Kobe Brown.
Still a one-possession game, but great job dissecting that Shawnee defense by Sandusky.
Under a minute left to play in this one. Trevick Berkey to the hoop is fouled, and he's going to shoot a couple of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws.
Now Bonner keeps looking over at his coach, DeMar Moore, and saying, Coach, why they keep calling it? Well, stop trailing your guy through the lane, right? If you trail through the lane and you're making contact, it's either going to be a make or a foul. Get underneath Beckett Berkey.
So Trevick Berkey, who's got 13 tonight, will go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. 49.6 seconds to play. First free throw is good. So Jagger Hutchins will come back in. Ojo did his job.
Now look at Tate Bender. He is hounding Henlon, going to try and make sure he doesn't get the basketball.
Second free throw is no good. Shawnee trying to get the quick foul. Instead, Sandusky gets out of traffic and will throw it down for Azarian Bonner. As we see the Elida Building and Contracting replay now, a steal and a score as Sandusky is going to add on to its lead.
Now first, the yes you can Dunkalicious, and then the steal and the finish by Mamba Brown. Kobe and Sandusky just might be marching on to the Final Four.
And the replays today have been brought to you by Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting, committed to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. It's Kobe Brown now trying to finish off a three-point play as he will miss his Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw. Two-possession game, 33 seconds to go. Berkey from deep, that one hits the front end of the iron. Rebound goes out as Matthew Stiles does get the putback, and we're gonna have ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. It's timeout on the floor, 26.5 seconds to go. Let's see how this ends when we return. 59-55, Sandusky out front of Shawnee here, 26.5 seconds left to play. But just a 5-second spurt for Sandusky, the difference now.
Yeah, just so electric, right? First with a dunk and then a steal and the finish by Brown. Now he did leave the door open a little bit by making that, missing that three-point opportunity on the free throw. Shawnee came down and got a quick two. Now you cannot let this clock dribble out at all. Got to foul right away if you're Shawnee because it's still a two-possession game.
So it'll be Sandusky ball following the make. They do have the right to run the baseline after the made basket.
Yeah, Ojo's going to play off and deny any pass to the wing.
Does come in now. When is the foul committed? That is now.
Now Amir Aaron going to march to the line, 67% from the free throw line. Ojo tried to commit the foul first, and then after a second got the, looked like his second and third attempt was finally called.
So Amir Aaron with 6 points tonight will shoot two Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. First toss on its way, that one is good.
Boy, he was Mr. Cool, isn't he? Just walked up there. No stress on his face, looked at the rim, and he was ready to go.
Well, it took Sandusky 11 tries to finally win a regional tournament game. And it looks like in their first appearance in a regional championship, they're going to head to the state semifinals. They lead this one by 6. Berkey to Berkey, as Trevick will lay one more up, and we'll get another quick Metzger Financial Services timeout here. 61-57. Shawnee trails by 4. 17.6 seconds now left on our ultimate outdoor scoreboard.
I'm sure people are watching and they said, well, why didn't they shoot a three? Because they're down by 6. Well, did you see where all the defenders were camped out on the three-point line? So if the defense is going to give you an easy one early, go ahead and take it, call your timeout. The problem, though, is you're in the same situation you were 27 seconds a moment ago, 10 seconds ago, and now you're running out of time. So you're going to have to do a more efficient job of either getting a steal or getting a quick foul and hope that they miss.
So it looks like Shawnee is going to once again not put any pressure on the inbounders. Damon Ojo is going to have his back to the baseline.
Now, teams have also shown this look, and at the last second, turn that guy around to defend it. A really good job early by Shawnee on that, but they foul the guy again that you don't want to foul, Amir Aaron, who looks like he wants to be in this situation.
had the bobble for just a moment, but he is going to now very coolly make his way to the other end of the floor, shoot 2 more Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throws.
They really saved Sandusky because they were close to a 5-second call on that one. You don't want him or Henlin touching the basketball. That's tougher to do than say because they're so quick coming back to it.
First toss on the way. That one's no good. Changes slightly what Shawnee can do on the other end of the floor.
Sandusky should not let anybody in red get a speed dribble going. If it's a rebound, go jam that rebounder.
Split the free throws, makes it a 5-point game. Quickly, the Indians bring the ball into the front court. Beckett Berkey from the corner. Three's no good. Rebounds tipped, loose on the floor. Sandusky's got it. Looks like they're going to put it home. One to go with one more big dunk. 3-point attempt is no good, and that's how this one will end.
Sandusky student section absolutely erupted. They came out on the floor early. They couldn't get that rope up in time, and they are celebrating, and rightfully so. What a win for Sandusky. Sadly, a loss for Shawnee ends their season, but Randy, this was a season for Shawnee that people will remember for a long, long time.
Trying to become the 3rd team from Shawnee to make it to state. They're going to fall 1 game short and finish 24-3 as Sandusky wins this one this afternoon, 62-57. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for our Wapakoneta Ford post-game show when we return. The season ends this afternoon for the Shawnee Indians. They're going to fall 1 game shy of advancing to the Final Four as they lose this Division III regional final to Sandusky, 62-57. So the Blue Streaks will take their 19-7 record into the state semifinals, while Shawnee will end one of their better seasons in school history at 24-3. So we welcome you in to our post-game show brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. Visit our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta.
Well, congratulations to DeMar Moore and the Sandusky Blue Streaks. Unbelievable game that they played. That momentum in the second half was all Shawnee, but they showed that they were mentally tough enough to respond, and they were absolutely fantastic. Can't say enough about Jason Henlin, the free throw shooting of Amir Aaron at the end, and then Dale Johnson, his work in that first half. This was an impressive Sandusky team, Randy Robertson. You know, the Shawnee team, not the goal that they wanted. They wanted to get to the Final Four, but nonetheless, what a great season that they had. They had unbelievable run of 16 straight wins before this loss here today, and as good as any team in the Lima Land area all season long.
So some final numbers just delivered here, so we'll very quickly run through some of these. So for Shawnee, they end up 23 of 44 from the floor tonight. 3 players in double figures. Beckett Berkey had to settle for 31.5 minutes on the floor tonight.
He was a Iron Man all season long for this team. Fantastic with 22 points.
He ends up with 22. Trevick Berkey adds 14, while Jagger Hutchins chipped in 10. 3 players end up in double figures for Sandusky, but Dale Johnson, 18 minutes for him off the bench, ends up leading the Blue Streaks. 7 of 10 from the floor, 15 points.
He's a can of instant points, isn't he? You need points, just open that can and they appear.
Jason Henlin is a guy that we were both really impressed with. We saw some of the numbers heading into this one. He ends up with 14, while Azarion Arrington added 10. So that's going to wrap it up again. 62-57 our final, so Sandusky will head off to the Final Four, while Shawnee again will end at 24-3. In our post game today, it's been brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. Visit our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Well, partner, I don't know if we've got anything left to do, but I think that's going to wrap it up at least for today.
Well, I like the class of Mark Triplett and his gang over at Shawnee, staying on the floor, watching Sandusky get their awards, and It'll be a sweet moment for Sandusky coming up as they're going to start climbing that ladder and cutting that net down. Congratulations, Sandusky, tremendous win. Congratulations, Shawnee, tremendous season.
Yeah, we want to thank everyone for making our day here at the University of Toledo possible, the great staff, the UT Athletic Department. Always nice to come back to the quote-unquote home arena, right?
Yeah, I've always wanted to broadcast here at Savage Arena. My dream came true this week.
So I want to thank JKB, all the work that she's done today, and know that plops two guys like us with her, and we make her life just a little bit more difficult. Thank Jonathan for all the work he's done on the cameras today as well. Of course, always want to thank Nick and Kelly back at our WOSN studios in Lima.
Yeah, great job. Great season, everybody. Basketball, it's a bittersweet feeling when it wraps up at the end of the year, doesn't it?
That's right. 62-57, our final. Sandusky gets the win over Shawnee. So for my partner, Miles Holliday, and our entire WOSN crew, I'm Randy Roberts. Thanks for watching, everyone.